what had happened after the 1990s, as we opened our economy. We opened our economy, which we should have. I don't think anybody sensible would dispute it. We opened our economy in a manner in which we did not use that openness to strengthen our SME sector. They actually were deeply affected, impacted, negatively impacted by that openness, because they found themselves unable to compete with imports which were coming in from other economies which had greater scale, bigger scale, and greater state and systemic support. So I would argue that this era, what we call proudly as an era of reform, was also an era where we did great injustice to our SME sector. We did not build our supply chains. We did not support our domestic vendors. So what you saw in many ways was a hollowing out of many sectors. I mean, there are specific sectors which actually moved out of this country and went northwards. So what has happened, when somebody says, why are there imports coming out of China? There are imports coming out of China because for 30 years, you did not give your industry the kind of support and protection which you should have. Today, you have a deployment of the Indian Army on the China border that we've never had. It's done in order to counter Chinese deployments which were scaled up massively since 2020. Now, if we were in denial, how is the army out there? Because the army didn't go there because Rahul Gandhi asked them to go. I mean, the army went there because the Prime Minister of India ordered them to go. So, look, at the end of it all, I understand today, politics is politics, okay? People will say things. They may not be credible. They may sometimes contradict their own positions, their own behavior. All that could happen. But the fact is, what is finally the proof of the pudding? The proof of the pudding is that the Indian Army today is deployed to counter any attempt to unilaterally change the LAC.